A chance to start aggressively for FC Bengaluru United. Attacking from left to right of your screen in all red are the team leading the table. Now defending the situation and trying to emerge down the other way. From right to left of your screen in all yellow, a Sporting Club Bengaluru. Well, this is the clash we've been looking forward to. The number one in supreme form, Bengaluru United, two-time champions, looking to make it three by lifting the third title in the 2025-26 season. They're good value for the lead, you must say, because we're edging towards that final third of the season, the run-in, the title run-in, as we may famously call. One forward. Now Bengaluru United on the ball. Trying to get it moving. Here is a turnover. There it goes for a toss as SC Bengaluru retrieve it. Now chance to get something into the box. Play towards the edge of it. There is still movement. Bengaluru United not giving up on that early promising opportunity. Headed towards the goal. The goalkeeper will have it for breakfast, lunch and dinner. You can see the early intent there. Bengaluru United all over their opponents. They're league leaders for a reason. You expect goals from them. They have scored 34 of them in 12 games played. So the question is, when is the number 35 coming? That's a rapid interception into the opposition half. Offers himself as the support, but can he get there on time is the question. Brilliant effort from the winger. catching up to the ball and even winning a corner for his side. What a rush that is. Won the ball, played an exchange with a striker, and then wins a crucial corner for his side. Here's an in-swinging corner. The goalkeeper is the favorite, gets there. Good commanding goalkeeping this. There's a searching long delivery towards the left flank, and he aces that to perfection. What a switch of play that is. There is the secret weapon Bengaluru have. It is so direct. You can see that it is coming, but there is very little that defenses could do to stop that from happening. Look at the midfield crowding out on one player, still not able to win the ball away. Well, you can see they are forming a square in the build-up. Only two centre backs exchanging passes with the two defensive midfielders. The full-backs are hell-bent on flying forward. That is quite a bold approach from Bengaluru United, trying to flex their muscle in front of their opponents by only having four at the back in two horizontal rows of two each. What it allows is for a quick break from Bengaluru, from Sporting City Bengaluru, to hurt the opposition. Trying to build out from the back. Goalkeeper under no pressure gives the ball away straight to the opposition. Well done there from the winger. Invited the challenge onto him and then evaded from it so swiftly. Lovely work, you have to say. These are the smaller inroads Sporting Club Bengaluru are trying to make, because they know they cannot take the fight to the league leaders. Unbeaten in 12 games, in excellent form. Even scoring against them is near impossible. Have conceded only one goal, if you could believe it or not. Only one goal conceded in 12 outings. Incredible defense. Trying to pierce it through the gap. No striker on the planet was getting there, if we're being honest. Goalkeeper has no issues restarting the play. Now trying to live dangerously in their own half, being pressed by the opposition. And they do incredibly well to get out of that pocket. Can they find the right pass ahead? No is the answer. Well, when you try to be that cute inside your own half, in that little boxed into that box, your players need to get those passes incredibly quickly. And that's what SC Bengaluru did. The ball refuses to go out. Great team spirit, only for them to hand it over to the opposition. The cross into the middle, headed away. It will go back in once more. Chance to have a crack at goal, perhaps. But towards the right wing, the goalkeeper once again makes the safe claim. Good hands that from the keeper. Second time he has come to the rescue, but the cross there, rather the through ball down the line, not reaching the winger. Well, there is promise from SC Bengaluru. The question is, can they live up to this expectation against an unstoppable force this season? The only thing that's standing between the BDFA title and the FC Bengaluru United is Kickstart, who are on great form of their own as well, breathing right down FCBU's neck. So there is no margin for error from Bengaluru United. The men in red have made a decent start today, have not got a goal to their name, but expect them to get that soon. Gave the ball away, but luckily it will come his way. Throw in for FCBU. Trying to take on three men. Appeals for a corner. Nothing doing, says the referee as he points it towards the goal kick line. Trying to swarm it down the line. Sporting on the ball yet again. Back all the way to the keeper. Here is United trying to probe the opposition. A little bit of conservatism. Standing deep in their own line, the centre backs asking for options. Look at the time they have to pick their passes. Not much of a press coming from Sporting at the moment. Only a lone striker trying his best to cut the passing lanes. Out wide once again. That's a lovely chip towards the box, but the follow-up cross is a poor one, allowing defense enough time to clear it. Now that's an expansive switch towards the left flank. It will be too much for the winger. The idea was right. He had a great left foot there, just weaves it through the shot. And the goalkeeper of Sporting has a problem. Well, we could say that was certainly not contact related because he wasn't worked in the last couple of minutes or so. Perhaps from the couple of claims he made, rushing on. Goalkeepers often jump the highest on the football field to claim crosses, to punch things away. So they will be taking brunt of their impact too. There will be load in his hamstrings and calves upon heavy impact. Is that the case for Sporting's goalkeeper? Well, they will be hoping that he will be all right. Stoppage is almost done. Hopefully the goalkeeper is all right. He is. And I don't think it is well advised of him to take long goal kicks. He could rather ask his centre backs to take it. That was an absolute gift there. The players weren't ready. The goalkeeper was pumped to get it going. and hand over possession to United in the tamest of ways. Well, is it going to be another one of those long throw ins? We have seen how long throw ins have become the norm. All the teams, almost you could say, all the teams in the Premier League trying for long throw ins. Well, the matchup against Liverpool for Brentford, they got a goal from a throw in, so you could never discount the importance of those kind of goals, of those kind of situations. But for now, shot remains the go to word in Indian football. Here is the right back. Seeks central assurance yet again. Well, this is better. We used to have a sole striker pressing the opposition, but here is a two-man press, almost yielding results for Sporting. A desperate lunge, cannot get near the ball, has chance to find a cross into the box, but that is a bit premature, you have to say. He could have gone in, but here is the chance. What a block that is. The goalkeeper was committed, could have been a certain goal, if not for that timed intervention from the defender. Sporting cannot clear the lines at the moment. Now, multiple duels, Sporting doing incredibly well to win the ball. It's a matter of keeping it for them, trying to stay patient, lure the opposition forward. This is better because there will be press, and the goalkeeper needs to find his defense. One pass taking out three men. Decent from Sporting. Can they string a couple of passes together? Almost pressed into a mistake there, giving the ball away cheaply. And it won't haunt them for now at the very least. Here come United once again from their centre backs. The build up has taken the same part time and time. Centre backs swapping passes before going to one of the full backs. That has been their go to path to progress the ball forward. Another searching pass towards the left flank. A challenge for the winger. He keeps the ball in, forcing a clearance from the defender. You can see the ideas, plenty of ideas from United on display there. That diagonal towards the left. We have seen it twice. The second time much better than the first one, which was overhit. Speaking of overhit, that was severely overhit, but the right back rescues the day for his side. Into the middle now. Some time to drive forward, but he will insist on chipping it towards the box. Ends up putting too much power on it. That was an attempted ambitious pass, but the accuracy not there on it. Sporting's build up has been cumbersome. They've relied on going long, trying to bypass their own midfield, and now give away a free kick. Perhaps dissent. The referee very tempted to go to his pocket. Somehow manages to stray away from there. We could have seen the first booking of the day already. Just a couple of words being exchanged between the opposition there. Play towards the box. That is easy for the defender to clear. Sporting are hoping for a break, but that will not come as United put more and more pressure. They have seen like 70% of the ball. That's an early cross. The flag will stay down for now, but a tame shot at the end of it. Very, very tame, and the flag does go up eventually. I think the striker knew it right away that he was a yard offside and took a tame punt at the goalkeeper knowingly. A must-win duel. Got sufficient power on that header. There was no room for error over there because anything short of the goalkeeper's range could have seen them get punished severely. Yet again, the centre backs of Sporting doing all the build up. But the forwards lose the ball carelessly. Here is a chance down the right. That's a heavy touch, but even before that, the ball did stray out of bounds for a throw in. Now driving towards the opposition box. Just misplaces the pass. Could have just played it to his feet. The entire momentum going away from the move. Terrible end for United that was. You could read the intensity from his drive, but one pass, one wrong pass killed the entire move. But Sporting are hell bent on playing themselves into trouble. Win a goal kick thanks to a deflection that was risky from Sporting, you could say. Definitely. Now I think this is the issue. They're not pressing enough. The two forward press is just half-hearted. Look at the acres of space the right back of United has to make the pass. Well, the lack of press is giving them sort of an advantage when it comes to winning second balls in the middle of the pitch. Could say there is always a silver lining to this tactic. You dominate the middle and your own defensive third, but offensively you'll be very short-handed if you do not press. This is what good pressing does. Win the ball back, and that's a super pass around the corner. Has a couple of men to himself. Can he turn onto his left and shoot? Fires a beautiful pass, and the shot through the legs. Parried away by the goalkeeper for a corner. What a lovely move that is from United. It all starts from aggressive pressing in the middle of the pitch to win the ball, and a wonderful pass round the corner to release the winger. I thought he would go for goal himself. Cut onto his strong left foot. Should have just curled one in, but ends up going for the pass as the goalkeeper protects his goal. Too much height on it. Loaded towards the far post. Defensive header. Not the best in the world, but Sporting can live with it for now. Gives it plenty of air, allowing Sporting to steal it midway. Player goes down. Well, I believe he was hoping to win a free kick. Will he be content with a throw in? Well, it is a free kick. Sporting slowly pour bodies forward, but alas, they will not use it, will they? Taking a short one, asking the goalkeeper to come well outside his box to act as another player in the build up. That's decent. Goalkeepers finding passes of that range. Caught once again. There's a bit poor from United, growing restless in the middle of the park. Perhaps the league leaders frustrated with themselves for not scoring as we move into the second half of the first half. Now that's another pacey burst. Look at the options. The striker making a run towards the near post, goes for cross. It's easily blocked. Needed to show better decision making than that there. He was running straight into the fullback, ends up hitting the man. Hopeful of winning a corner. And he does get his wish, says the linesman over there. Well, the goalkeeper of Sporting has been proactive from set pieces. He will be called into action once again. Gets the cross, nodded away. A chance to shoot from the edge of the box. But they will just launch it towards goal. A huge ask. Great effort if he could keep it in, but he could not. As there is a turnover to Sporting. We haven't seen a great lot from Sporting in the final third. In fact, we haven't seen anything from them at all. It's all been happening at their own goal as United are peppering down. Not with shots, mind you, but with a lot of possession, and they end up conceding another free kick, which was completely avoidable as the referee goes to his book this time. First yellow of the evening. I think it was rather silly. The winger was not going anywhere. There was no threat whatsoever, but absolutely ends up in the book for no reason at all. Poor awareness, you have to say. Fires a pass onto the ground. That is a good move. Has support, will go for goal from distance. That is at least some positive to take away. A shot on target for Sporting. But United's goalkeeper will never be beaten that tamely from that distance. I think Sporting will take it as encouraging signs, certainly. It was easy for them to get a shot away, just a couple of passes, and then it was a wild drive from 35 yards out. But it was something they would argue as they win another throw in the opposition half. Well, I don't think that pass was intended for him, but either ways, he is the receiver now. Under pressure from two men. Well, this is much better from United. Look at the press. Look at the aggressiveness they're displaying. Forcing mistakes out of Sporting. That is what happens when you close down the passing lanes. You urge the opposition to take quick decisions, and in quick decisions, they make mistakes often. That's a superb pass. If only it could be kept in. Not for a lack of trying. United are trying all tricks in the book. The long switches from within their own half. The wing play to find crosses in. But it's not happening for them right now. 30 minutes in, nearly 30 minutes in, I would say. Yet to find a breakthrough. The league leaders frustrated. Not against the worst team in the world, though. Sporting Club Bengaluru could rise to second if they manage to get all 3 points today. From fifth to second in a flash. The players just taking a cooling break in the humid atmosphere as they prepare themselves for the final 15 minutes of the half. It's been goalless, but there were some bright moments for both sides. Who will break the deadlock? Sporting trying to force the issue now before the break. The longer it stays nil-nil, the more confidence they will gain that they could get something from this game. Now look at the fullback going on the winger, trying to put some pressure, but ends up conceding a throw in. Well, that was intent right there to not give anything easy to the opposition. Headed towards the midway line, but the defender sweeping up. A tight knit back four for Sporting. You could see they're not taking any chances with the pacey wingers that United have got. In possession, out of possession, they're maintaining a tight knit back four. That's a decent delivery. Forcing action from the opposition centre back. Now here is a chance to get a decent cross into the box. They win a corner. Good moves from Sporting. A chance to ask even tougher questions. Well taken shortly, perhaps something from the training ground. And that is a loose cross to say the least. That was a terrible, terrible waste of a set piece from Sporting. Well, usually when they go short, you expect something to happen, that they've drilled it hundreds of times in the training ground. A delicious cross going in, the centre back swarming the goalkeeper, but there was nothing on that occasion. An absolute waste of a corner. Slice the ball. The winger under pressure goes down, will certainly win a free kick. Well, you cannot escape from those, can you? Trying to plead his innocence, but the referee saw it all. Sporting trying to be a bit bold and brave now. As we inch closer towards the break, they're growing in confidence. Here is a chance to drive into the opposition half, but he will wait for support. As he chooses a safe pass. Well, when it comes to frontline pressing, we have seen only a one-man press from Sporting, but United are not investing heavily too. Well, just now you see the midfield complementing the press, just trying to push the opposition a bit higher. The goalkeeper picks a spot well. Excellently taken down by the striker, but he cannot retain the ball though. Hit around the corner. He will run out of room before he can reach the ball there. Yet again, another half chance for United, but that was terrible. Giving the ball away for no reason. Has support. Seeks the central option. Defending in numbers. Look at two banks of four of yellow shirts in the middle. They will have the chance to fly forward now. Support on the right. Trying to slow down the momentum. A late run towards the middle. Wins a free kick. Well, that is surprising. It was a good dash from behind. Caught the midfielder unaware. And United concede a free kick in a potentially dangerous position, you could say. Sporting wasted a corner. What can they do productively this time from this free kick? Once again, they try to take it short. All the good work undone. Giving the ball away cheaply there. And play on, says the referee. As he does not see much pressure, I think the goalkeeper has to come out. He is coming out. Saves the day. For a moment, the defenders had their hearts in their mouths because the keeper was hesitant to come out, but eventually decides to rush and sweep the situation there. Holding the ball under pressure, but they cannot win it clearly. But the referee spots an infringement. A free kick for Sporting. Sparks flying between both sets. I think it's just sheer frustration from United that they're not able to crack the opposition open till now. Well, they have been trying, but let me tell you, there have been no quality or clear-cut chances. Or in geeks terms, the XG hasn't been that high for them to take the lead as well. With defending champions Agniputra having a miserable season, this is time for the challengers to stake their claim to the throne. And Bengaluru United have done a brilliant job at doing it. But they're not alone. Kickstart are putting pressure on them. There is no room for slip-ups. And here is a chance for Sporting. Can he find the right cross? Turned away just in time by the defender to concede a corner. This is lovely football from Sporting. After being pummeled all game long, they're finally opening up, getting those passes, getting those combinations right to slip in behind defenses and pull the ball back. An out swinging corner. 3 men on the edge of the box, so there will be plenty of late runners towards it. Conventional corner this time. Tried to flick it towards the goal, but ended up playing it towards the edge of the box instead. Yet again the cross, but this time it's easy for the goalkeeper. Wanted to restart the play early, but will hold on. Well, almost the centre back was caught out of possession there. After a dull start, we can say we have a competitive game on our hands. Finally, Sporting coming to the party, offering much more threat. It will not be a bed of roses for United. They've already learned it the hard way. But here is a chance to change that before the break. Crucial deflection takes it out for a corner. They're just trying to keep it calm, to just keep pushing in search of that opener. Now this is going to be an in-swinger. Excellent height for it as well, but the goalkeeper coming out to rush, and the shot on the follow-up from outside. Not close enough to hurt the goalkeeper. Well, it looked like it did catch someone on the way out as the referee points it towards the corner flag yet again. Danger not out for United. They're trying to swarm the 6-yard box, causing some chaos in the middle. Towards the far post, nodded towards the goal. The goalkeeper spills it first time, but very lucky to grab hold of it. He was under pressure there. The red shirts were all around him, waiting to pounce on a mistake, but that was not going to come. And now, here is Sporting on a break. Have bodies forward. Can they get the cross in? Support arrives. So does support arrive for United as the red shirts flock back and take the possession nonchalantly. That is a terrible 30-minute sequence, that 30-second sequence rather, that both teams would love to replay. A quick break wasted for Sporting first, and United, after winning the ball, giving it away simply. Another long ball. The goalkeeper stays rooted to his spot for some reason. Was he hoping for the offside flag to go up? As the referee calls for medical attention, well, that could have been a costly mistake for United. The goalkeeper glued to his line right until the final second, where he makes up his mind to come out and sweep it. Well, that could have been some jolt before the break there. We will find out how many minutes we'll get at the end of the half. I don't think it'll be much. It's very little stoppages till now. The action has been smooth, flowing from end to end. It was one-way traffic in the start. Let me remind you, Bengaluru United called shots, but slowly Sporting Club Bengaluru grew into the game as well. The waiting for the goalkeeper to be all right. You can see the skipper, the centre back, instructing his forwards to do more. Well, we get the go ahead yet again as we enter stoppage time. It is a drop ball. It was rightfully his. He made the claim there. Too much power on it. Will be a throw in for Sporting. Trying to knock it down for a strike partner. Well cut out. He needed to get there because there was a dangerous run taking place behind his shoulder. Turns straight into a Sporting player, but very fortunately gets away from him. Here is the right back. Chance to deliver one final cross. The goalkeeper called into action. Makes a safe claim and pouches down, knowing that the half-time whistle is around the corner. Well, I'm sure United's players will not take this lightly if they do find the goal. Playing for the whistle already. Sporting cannot find a way past that tight defense. Just conceded only once throughout the tournament. Let me remind you. Spinning his way. That's a searcher towards the right flank, but well cut out by the defense. Now solid pass. There is an overlapping run coming. He will be utilized. But the winger has the ball once again before he crosses. A throw into Sporting, and that should be it for the half. Well, we still have time, says the referee. And again, it is right flank, which is coming to United's aid. Final action of the half, perhaps. A goal kick for Sporting. Taken shot. Well, going long was the smarter option there, trying to see out the half. Down the line yet again. Can he beat his fullback? But the defender gets the better of him. Still more time, says the referee. Into the 4th minute of added time, let me remind you. Cuts the ball in the middle of the pitch. Heavy touches not coming to Bengaluru's aid, but that was a piercing pass on the turn. The fullback does extremely well to read the intentions, and Sporting can escape one more time. But they cannot completely get away. The passing is hurting them. Now, final action. Perhaps tries to get the cross in. The goalkeeper is rooted to his spot. Defender gets it away, and the follow up shot deflected out. But that will be all, says the referee, as he brings the first half action to a close. An entertaining half of football. There have been chances for both sides late in the half. League leaders and the champions elect, Bengaluru United, showing all the force in the world to start the game positively. Sporting Club Bengaluru were getting pummeled early on, but they stood up, they took their punches, and when it came to throwing them, they were fearless as well. But after 45 minutes of action, we have no goals to report as the half ends. Bengaluru United nil, Sporting Club Bengaluru nil. We will be back for the second half shortly. Welcome, welcome back to the second half action. After a goalless draw in the first half, both sides are looking to draw first blood. It will be frustrating for the league leaders to be held goalless well into the second half. But let me remind you, the Sporting Club Bengaluru will not fold easy without a fight. Now, after the break, it's been goalless at the break, but after the break, Sporting showing a bit of a fight. They will not certainly go down without a fight there today, won't they? Pokes it towards the wing. Cannot take it past the fullback. Now, yet again, space is appearing for Sporting regularly, cutting onto his left foot. Cannot get the shot away. Has options though. Now, look how boldly they are committing forward. Gets the cross in. The striker gets the connection all wrong. That is a terrible header. Needed much better than that. A decent ball in. Well, not the easiest ball to attack, but at least has to glance it towards the goal. The ball just bounces off his head instead. That's a terrible miss from a decent opportunity. Well, he was caught in two minds where to clear or go ahead with that. Ends up going ahead. There is an injury in the middle of the park. United want to get underway, but the referee has stopped the play. It looks like the player is down with a head injury, which takes the paramount importance. We even have a concussion football substitution. Tells you how important it is to treat head injuries. Now towards the box. United struggle to keep it in, and the ball doesn't even go out for a corner there. Well, that was a rash tackle. After doing everything good, he just leans into it with his legs, and it will be a bookable offense, says the referee. A yellow apiece for Sporting and United thus far. That was an easy decision. He did everything right. Just when he was about to win the ball, went to the ground with his foot up. Now, United have a great chance to ask more questions. Two-man wall. I don't think he'll go for goal. It certainly has to be a cross to utilize the centre backs. Gives it decent height towards the far post. Flick towards goal, but high and wide. Goes down as half a chance. Well, you have to head it across the goal to even have a chance of beating the goalkeeper, setting it up for someone at the far post from that angle. Another turnover. United, after a slow start, getting their groove in the second half. No foul doing, says the referee. That is a through ball which needs something. Gets a mistake. That's a brilliant slide to stop the shot from going on target. A huge mistake at the back from United. His centre back partner was all the more ready to cover for his partner there. What a brilliant slide that was. The striker's eyes lit up as soon as he was running through on goal, but he wasn't aware of another defender giving his everything to prevent that shot from going in. A lifeline for United out of nothing. And let me remind you, had that gone in, there could have been some controversy. But first, here is a long throw in. Sporting, throw it away literally. That was a nothing throw in there. United on the break. Plenty of red shirts galloping forward. A lovely tackle in the middle of the park. Sporting making life hard for their opponents. Track the runner on your far side. There is an opportunity. Place it into the box. Laid off towards the right. There goes the cross. Cleared away by United. This is much better from Sporting. Piling pressure on their opponents with incisive passes, using the width of the pitch well. And this is the hunger they need. Won the ball back. Rather fairly, says the referee as the play goes on. Was it a free kick there? The attitude of the players meant everything was smooth going. Sporting winning the ball back with ease. Good pressure from them in the second half. I've really liked what I've seen from them, but here is a chance for United maybe. The midfielder completely ends up overhitting the ball there. Would they take a draw? A draw would still take them 4 points clear of Kickstart in second place. But let me remind you, if Kickstart win their 2 games in hand, they will lead the table. So as great as they've been this season, Bengaluru United still need to win every game to make sure that they win the league. Such is the quality of the side chasing them. They should go for the winner, and as things stand, they might even trail now. Here's a huge chance, and they do take the lead. It has been coming in the second half, and Sporting Club Bengaluru sucker punch out of nowhere. It's a brilliant finish down the middle of the goal, and look at the wild celebrations. Look at what it means to the bunch of players there. This is a huge goal for them as well. It all looked so casual. The defensive line of Bengaluru United fell asleep in one good second, and that was what it took for Sporting to strike. The wind has turned in the second half, and this has been coming. They have been aggressive in their press, they have been incisive in their passing, and it's certainly paid off. That's a simple slide rule pass down the middle, you have to say. But the finish, the conviction on the finish, puts absolute power on it, giving the goalkeeper no chance. What a brilliant finish this is. Sporting Club Bengaluru score will rub your eyes and ears, ladies and gentlemen. Just the second goal past Bengaluru United this season in 12 and a half games. What a huge goal this is in terms of the title race, in terms of the top 4 race. We saw one set of wild celebrations on the pitch from Sporting, but Kickstart players somewhere in the city will be following this game keenly as well. They will be overjoyed with their opponents dropping points. Now this desperation will kick in. I was just talking about how a draw also would not suffice for them, but a defeat could be lethal. If Kickstart win their 2 games in hand, Bengaluru United could go a whole 3 points behind their opponents heading into the final 6 games of the season. What a crucial time to lose your first game of the season. That is a lovely cross. The goalkeeper parries it away, and it must be tapped in, but the striker cannot believe he has missed it from there. It goes down as a miss, certainly, doesn't it? Credit to the goalkeeper for parrying it away, but the striker has to expect that. He has to be alert enough to tap in the rebound from close range. A warning sign for Sporting that the game is not over yet. We still have 30 minutes, a long time for things to take place. FC Bengaluru United could easily end up scoring 3 or 4 in that time. They have to stay grounded. Sporting, the game is not done yet. A huge 30 minutes ahead in terms of this season for both sides. United Pro Football Schools, Bengaluru United. What a pathway it is for the young kids, nurturing talent from the right age. Grassroots is the way to go to supply stars to the national sides, to the state sides. The stars of tomorrow will come from proper setup with proper training and guidance from expert coaches. And is this classic time wasting ploy from Sporting already with 30 minutes to go? The players start falling around, diving around, looking for fouls. Well, that was certainly one attempt. And there's the second, not getting referee sympathies. Here is a chance through the middle. The shot that goes nowhere. Lovely link up play, but he cannot find his winger there. Look at the hunger to win the ball back. Sporting are just showing the right kind of desire after having a subdued first half. This is a half a chance. The striker does not give up the chase, ends up pressing the goalkeeper alone. Now, do they sense the victory? Do they go for the kill? Because Bengaluru United have been off the pace today, truth be told. Even in the first half, there weren't many clear cut opportunities where you could say this could have gone in the back of the net. The determined defense did their part for Sporting, but it's also the rustiness of United's forward. But here is a chance to change all that. The cross gets blocked by the first man yet again. They're biding their time, not in a haste to get the equalizer. Firing a razor pass towards the left flank. Gets away from his markers, sends the cross in towards the edge of the box. Will be fetched. He has a good shot on him, but ends up seeking support on the left yet again. Trying to play the 1-2s. Defense reads it to perfection. Now, this is some game we have got on our hands. There is the goalkeeper doing the theatrics in full swing. Dramatically collapses to the ground after pouching the ball there. United left with no other option but to go long and show their range of passing. They need to wake up. Have been very relaxed today. Perhaps they just assumed every game to be a default victory for them. Sporting giving a good reminder that it doesn't work like that anymore. Trying to slice it through the middle. The defender gets there ahead of the striker. Now this is quite some ball. First met by the defender. Good desire shown. And was that an offside in the build-up? Yes, says the referee. But it is going to be a free kick for United. Some confusion. Sporting appeal for an offside, but all they get is a free kick to defend. This has to be it. This has to be the best chance for United. A clear sight of goal, which they haven't had in 65 minutes of play. Can they use this set piece? A two-man wall, rather surprisingly. The goalkeeper is sure that a three-man wall would be enough. Now it's a three-man wall. Pretty close to the edge of the box. There is the layup and the shot sliced away from the target. It was always moving away. The keeper had it covered even if it was on target. Disappointing set piece again for United. And a couple of false run-ups. The referee would not be impressed. I'm sure he'll go to his book for time wasting. Swirling away from pressure there. Another long ball towards the box. It will come back right to him. Now the player goes down. That was a rash tackle. Frustrations boiling over for United. The forwards not able to contribute positively, end up hurting their side. Now another yellow. The referee is going on about flashing yellow cards to whoever he sees on his path. Developing into a tough scruff as we enter the final quarter of the game. Towards the box, it is easily fended away. They're not threatening the opposition enough. United not doing themselves any favors, and this is an easy claim for the goalkeeper. Well, what was done in the tunnel during the halftime break, because Sporting have come out like a different side. They will move to third in the table now. Of course, that is not enough to mount a title challenge this late, but certainly enough to finish in a great spot heading into the next season. There will be a corner. Well, no, says the referee. The defenders congratulating each other for waving off another attack. I think it'll be the time we'll see substitutions from both sides. Sporting Club Bengaluru have seen the highs, have seen the lows. They've already won the championship in the 22-23 season. They've gone to the highs of I League 3 and I League 2, but never actually had a proper crack there. Bengaluru United, meanwhile, two-time winners consecutively in 2021 and 2022. They're looking to make it three this time, but this defeat would complicate everything, would undo all the hard work they have done this season. There is half a chance. The defense coming to the rescue. They're still rattled by the goal, aren't they? And Sporting are happy to clear their lines. Distance doesn't matter. Now, looking to make it 2-0. This could probably end the game once and for all. Twisting and turning towards that corner flag. Will win a throw in for his side. This is where Sporting would love to spend the rest of the 20 minutes. I think the intention was to lay it off and send across towards the box, but that came off terribly. Stepping away from pressure. Such good feet. Look at him hold on to the ball like a magnet, but a solid rash dash from behind helps United nick the ball away. Through the middle, there are gaps. It is a 4v4. Support on the left. Can he dart inside the box? Sends the cross, but well blocked by the defender. Sporting hanging on in there. Some good defensive work. Tested yet again. And they have a corner to defend now. I think the players are in disbelief that they were sure that it was a goal kick as the referee pointed his hand towards that flag. Almost a couple of players dramatically collapsing to the pitch. Final quarter of an hour. Do we have a reply from United? And in swinging corner, just ends up scooping it. That was an awkward header. The goalkeeper was worried for a minute. Let me not fool you. I think they were all searching for the ball. And it somehow evaded everyone as it goes out for a goal kick. Well, another cooling break. The last break of action as we head for the final 15 minutes of a pivotal clash. This 15 could decide how this championship goes. And along with the rest of us, Kickstart will be watching this with their eyes glued to the screen. Sporting taking it shortly. I think the number one priority should be to keep the ball, not try anything silly, not take any risk, just keep the ball. and not give it away cheaply. Here is a chance it could pretty much yield them the second goal, but that was a wasted opportunity. Had to wrap his foot around the ball, ends up going through it. We'll see greater urgency from United. A chance now to rush through that left wing. Sporting. The goalkeeper happy to invite the forward and then pouch the ball. Another attack that goes nowhere. Kickstart have a couple of games in hand over United. As things stand, they will still be top if Kickstart manage to win one game, but the second game in hand is where everything changes. A draw for Kickstart will take them 1 point clear, and a win would put them three clear, but that is the header. What a beautiful chance that was to equalize. A glancing header flashed across the face of the goal. It should be nuzzling inside of the net, and the striker knows it. That is a huge chance. Simple cross, rose the highest, bet the defenders there, but he just couldn't make it stick in the net. Now the centre backs. At what point? This is a huge loss of possession. It's a 4v4. Sporting has support, but the cross has to be on target. But even before that, the through pass was very disappointing. He wanted it to his feet, ended up sending him wide. Despite the efforts, credit to the winger for winning a corner. Now, cross towards the far post. It will come right back at him. He will have another pop at the cherry. Needs to be a better delivery this time, though. The game is there for taking. It's all about how much do Sporting want it. A second goal could certainly seal the result, and they go short this time. Well, running for the corner flag, not the wisest thing in the world. Well, I think this is some of the poorest corners I've seen. The first one was in first half, and the second one was absolutely shocking. They took it short, didn't hold the ball up at the flag, didn't end up crossing it, just passed it straight into the goalkeeper. Fortunately, Sporting win the ball back. Bengaluru United are running out of time as we hit the final 10-minute mark now. They haven't been creative today at all. They've simply utilized their wings, they've crossed it, but centrally, there has been very little going on. Of course, still time to salvage it. Keeps the ball, spreads it towards the right flank. Looking for options inside the box, scoops it towards the middle. Easy claim for the goalkeeper. They'll be happy to bide their time. Now gets around his man, keeps it on the ground. It must be 1-1. What a block on the line. The chance doesn't go away. Sporting finally do clear. Well, I think this is giving them much success. But do they have enough time to knock on the door harder and get an equalizer? That should have been 1-1. But look at the army of yellow shirts throwing themselves on the line to block the shot. Well, at this point, you'd be wondering what's on stake for them. That they're playing this game like it is a finale for them. Sporting Club Bengaluru showing excellent spirit to protect that lead. A long punt from distance will not cause the goalkeeper any trouble. I think he'd be rather happy to face those kind of shots in the next 10 minutes plus added time we'll be having. Not many stoppages. That is another point to note. Perhaps a 1 minute cooling break. We're going to have not more than 3 or 4 minutes if the scoreline stays the same for United to fetch something out of this. Trying to keep it cool. The striker lays it off and he gets taken down. It will be a free kick, a needless one. Sporting bringing troubles onto themselves. Not needed. Absolutely not needed. There have been a couple of glorious chances for United in the last 10 minutes. They had a header glance wide of the net and a certain goal one shot blocked by a sea of yellow shirts. What's it going to be this time? Will they be third time lucky and grab an equalizer? Now, from 35 yards out, he strikes it with power, and that is off target. Never close to being close to the goal. A terrible effort. I think it was the right decision to go for goal, but could have maybe used a different technique. Try to load it with power. Sporting now. Under hits the pass, allowing the defender to recover. It was a promising situation for them. And you could see the players falling to the ground with a cramp every minute. We'll have 10 outfielders. Why not get a player down for the next 10 minutes? Game management at its finest from Sporting. And the referee will perhaps not tolerate that. They have a substitution on the way now. I think he'll force the player with a cramp to be ruled out, but we're losing valuable time here for United. They are not allowed to build some momentum, and they could only blame themselves. They were very relaxed in the first half, tried to be casual to crack open the opposition. It never worked. And in the second half, we are completely seeing a different Sporting Club Bengaluru. Down the left wing, trying to chip it towards the middle. The defender reads the intention. Sporting come away with the ball. And they're showing great desire. Now, what a run that is! It's taken down, wins a free kick in a superb position for his side. How good of a run was that? Won the ball from the right half space, ran through the entire center before winning a free kick on the left half space. I don't think they will commit anyone forward for this free kick. It has to be a shot at goal and nothing else. Defending the halfway line and defending a fast break from United has to be the priority for Sporting. They are close to such a massive result, inflicting a first defeat on the unbeaten Bengaluru United. This defeat for United can have a lot of implications on the title race. Well, this is not a drill, this is happening for real. And it is Sporting Club causing that. Going for goal, straight at the goalkeeper at a safe height, and he will launch it quickly. The yellow shirts in decent positions. Should have it covered. And they do have it covered. Only for a brief moment though. United on the ball. But cannot find the right passes. They are inflicting harm to themselves at the moment. Unable to string passes together. This has been calamity for the Reds. Once again, that's a lovely steal from Sporting player. Happy to get it away. As far away from the goal as possible. Gets away from pressure, gets taken down, and it's a free kick on the edge of the box. Another yellow card. The referee showed restraint in the first half. In the second half, there is nothing called restraint. It's just yellow, yellow, and yellow for whoever commits a foul. Now the cross headed away. Is this that kind of day for Bengaluru United? Nothing is sticking for them. Bouncing ball in the box. Defender taking no chances. Clears it. Now that's a race. That's a coming together. What is the referee going to say? It's going to be another yellow and another free kick on right on the edge of the box. This has to be better. I think this is a similar kind of range where you could score from. Does he fancy going for goal there? Three-man wall, trying the everything, but he strikes the wall. And on the follow-up, Sporting cannot clear their lines. Here is still a great chance to make it 1-1. Dancing inside the box. Cannot find his teammate though. And that's a fantastic steal completed by Sporting. They have green grass to run into. They just need to get it away from their own area. Back all the way to United's goalkeeper. We are into added time, let me remind you. Minutes away from a massive result that could shake up the Super Division League. Misses his slide tackle. There goes the cross. Support arriving on the edge of the box. Slides it. And the cross this time. The defender. What a crucial intervention that is. Fantastic slide to divert the ball behind for a corner. Now or never. Into the second minute of added time. Desperate hours for Bengaluru United to rescue a point at the very least. They came into it thinking about 3 points and nothing else, but now they'd be happy if they can get one out of it. Headed across the face of the goal, but Sporting do clear it. And the goalkeeper saves the day yet again. Is this it? Do we have time for more? That is a quick restart. Saw the gap, gets it there. Bengaluru, Sporting Club Bengaluru in a fantastic position. Gets away from the defender, wins a free kick. This is stuff of dreams. This is such a great game of football from Sporting Club Bengaluru's perspective. They've taken all the punches they could in the first half. They came out a different side and then threw one mean uppercut that cuts right through the opposition's defense. And now in the second half, they're taking more and more punches. This jab right now could be there with one of the best. Do we have time for a TKO before the full-time whistle with the second goal? Flashed across the face of the goal. Another substitution in added time. 3 minutes past the 90-minute mark. How long do we have? At the referee's discretion now. He's in no hurry to leave the field, as United patiently await to take the throw in. Well, it is going to be a long one. Well, actually, it is going to be a throw in for Sporting. Just hold it at the corner flag. That has to be the priority. United, one final break, maybe. Can they get lucky this time? There goes the long ball. Goalkeeper is the favorite. And he will safely pouch the ball. 4 minutes. Do we have one more? Waiting desperately for the final whistle. That's a bonus. A throw in their way again. He had no control of that header. You can see the fourth official urging the players to get on with it quickly, to not waste any more time. Look at the strength he's displaying. And he ends up touching the ball, which could be a costly mistake. The referee noticed it. You're not supposed to handle it, hoping for the referee to award a free kick until he has blown a whistle. That's a schoolboy error. What a feisty ending to the game. Did he actually win a free kick there? Yes, says the referee. The players were furious that he handled before getting the call in his favor. But here we are in the 96th minute. Right in Sporting Club Bengaluru scored. The cross met at the far post, cleared away by United. and they are forced to defend yet again. Towards the centre back. No time virtually for United. They win a free kick. They have to get everyone forward. But they take a shot, and the referee is not impressed. Well, again, I think we are going to set up some kind of league record for the number of yellows in a single game. The start of the game, the referee is fine with it. Sporting are defending it with a man down. But they end up winning the ball somehow. And now, this could be it to seal the game. Going towards the touchline, sends the cross, easily claimed by the goalkeeper. One final attack for United to get something. But look at the tackle. It's just fantastic. Completely overwhelming United through sheer will and determination. Sporting to the corner flag it is. Will win a throw in. 8th minute of added time. The referee is generous enough today. Well, it is the time to showboat. The coach will be happy if the player tries to showboat and keep the ball, but on this occasion he has lost it, allowing a break for United. That's a decent ball down the left wing. He has only one red shirt to aim for, and he gets hounded by the defender to lose possession there, and it is Sporting's ball from a throw in. Well, how long do we got? 98 minutes and running. Plenty of power behind it, headed clear. Aiming to launch it forward. Great pressure. Well, in the first half, we haven't seen a bit of a pressing from the forward line, but here they are. There goes the cross. Should be 1-1. And again, the header goes wide. United simply cannot believe it. They fall crashing to the ground. Two players there going for the ball, and none of them getting a decent touch to bundle it over the line. And if this is not it, I don't know what will ever be. 99 minutes and counting, the referee with 9 minutes of added time. Well, I'm wondering, where did the 9 minutes come from? It was a minute of cooling break and a couple of minutes, a maximum of 3 minutes for injuries, you could understand, but 9 minutes and counting in the second half. I think Sporting will be gutted if they concede a late equalizer in the 100th minute of a clash. The referee's generosity helping United's cause as they surge forward. Cutting onto his left foot. What a tackle that is. Nicking the ball away from him. Sporting keep it in play. And they run out of that corner. It should be a free kick, and it is. Tempers boiling over. You could see this result means everything to Sporting, and United are simply unable to digest that they're about to lose their first game, handing the keys of the title race to kickstart. Well, both players charging at each other. The skipper of United has to know better than that. The goalkeeper calming his players down. Well, ugly scenes, not what we'd like to see. As we enter the 11th minute of added time, this only dragging on for Sporting, who are desperately waiting for the final whistle. They have a man down now as well. With all the power in his foot, he gathers to clear it as far as he can. United switch it to the left flank. 12th minute. Let me remind you, we are not into the first period of extra time of a clash, but we are just in the 12 minutes, and that is it. A first defeat for Bengaluru United of the 25-26 season, which would send shockwaves across the BDFA Super Division League. Sporting Club Bengaluru pull off a massive upset, a goal in the second half, helping them get the result. And what a result this is! They move into third place themselves, but more than that, it means Bengaluru have lost their grip on the title race and are at the mercy of Kickstart United. Beg your pardon, Kickstart FC. A couple of wins for Kickstart would topple Bengaluru from the top of the table as we approach the business end of the season. What a time this is to be a Kickstart fan. They walk out as the biggest victors from the clash between Sporting Club Bengaluru and FC Bengaluru United. You have to credit Sporting. They have been incredible today, especially in that second half. They showed grit, they showed determination, and the desire to want everything more than their opponents. And Bengaluru United have looked like a fraction of a side that dominated the league by scoring 34 goals and conceding only once in 12 games, only to falter this badly in the crucial stage. But the full time whistle goes in the 102nd minute, finally, to bring curtains on this game. It ends Bengaluru United nil, Sporting Club Bengaluru 1. We will find out what happens soon in this league with all the live action coming your way.